Here's the big news. Days before Donna Adelson's trial is about to start, we hear that Wendi Adelson, her daughter, is asking the judge to quash the subpoena sent by her mother, Donna Adelson's defense attorneys. Wendi Adelson is letting the court know if she is called, she will plead the fifth, which means she will remain silent. So Wendi is saying that because the defense has called her to testify as a witness on their side, she wouldn't have any protections under the immunity clause that she has with the prosecutor. And we're going to listen to a clip in just a minute of what that actually means. So when a witness is giving evidence, they can let the court know in a criminal trial that they will invoke their Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. So that is what she has done. And so now let's listen to the clip from Katie Meg Benua's trial just before Wendi is about to testify. And we'll listen to a couple of clips. And I think it's from 2022. So let's listen to that to see what immunity Wendi actually has.
All right, and does the immunity conferred upon you by the subpoena mean that you can never be prosecuted associated with this case?
That's right.
That's what you think it means?
That's what I think it means.
Okay. And do you think, isn't it true that it's use and derivative use immunity? Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, but not complete immunity from prosecution. Do you agree with that?
That's different than what you just asked before. So I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
All right, so what I'm trying to allow the jury to understand is what sort of immunity you have. What is your understanding of what it means for you to have immunity pursuant to the state subpoena?
So I have derivative and use immunity. And so in the future, a prosecutor couldn't use what I say here today against me.
Correct. But you could be prosecuted. Just nothing you said here today could be used against you in that prosecution. Do you agree with that?
I suppose so.
Okay. Have you made any sort of special deal with the state attorney's office or with any law enforcement or government agent?
No.
So basically what they're saying is that Wendi has this use immunity, which means that they can't use her words against her if she is charged herself. But obviously, if she does lie under oath, then they could use that against her in contempt. So Wendi Adelson does not have this protection if she's called by the defense attorney, only if she testifies for the prosecutor. When Wendi testified in the Katie Meg Benua's trial, that's where we just heard that little clip from, the court limited cross to the defense attorney to what the prosecutor brought up in direct, meaning they allowed Wendi to be cross-examined, but only on what was brought up, in the direct examination. And so by quashing this subpoena, this would mean the defense team for Donna Adelson would not be able to do a direct examination on Wendi. So I hope that makes sense. And Wendi's attorneys are citing that trial that the judge made in that ruling from the Katie Meg Benua trial, because Katie Meg Benua's attorneys appealed that ruling, and the appeal court upheld that trial judge's ruling. So Judge Everett is the trial judge here in this case, in the Donna Adelson trial. So I expect the court will make a similar decision and void the defense's subpoena. So what is the point of calling Wendi Adelson if she remains silent? The whole point of calling your own witnesses is to give supporting evidence, building a narrative that contradicts the prosecutor's claims and introduces facts that will be favorable to the defendant. Can you imagine how that would look to the jury, that Wendi Adelson does not want to present testimony that will help satisfy the elements of the defendant's case? Is Wendi Adelson worried she will incriminate herself, or be put in an awkward position that might incriminate her mother. We don't have to guess if Wendi Adelson is afraid of being indicted, because Catherine Meg Benoit's attorney asked her this question on cross-examination. So let's have a listen to that.
The government asked you about immunity, so let's get into that. You explained that as an attorney, you understand that when the government gives a subpoena for somebody to testify, that it conveys immunity, right?
That's my understanding. My knowledge of criminal law dates back to 2003 when I took a semester in law school, so forgive me.
Graduated law school, right?
This isn't my area of law.
When you clerked on the 11th Circuit, it was with Judge Jordan, right?
I did immigration appeals.
Yeah, but you still dealt with criminal stuff as well, too.
Very little.
So your understanding, though, is it doesn't mean they can't arrest you. They just can't use what you say here against you later on. So you're protected.
Correct.
And you needed that to testify, right?
It's just given to testify. It's not a question of whether I needed it. It comes with testifying.
You fear being charged by them, so you need to have that protection of
I
your
don't
words.
fear being charged for a crime I didn't commit, no.
Now, y'all had this nice exchange where it was pleasant, but there's actually tension between you and this office, right?
No.
They recently had your brother Charles Adelson arrested, and he's in custody, right?
Correct.
For first-degree murder.
Correct.
And there's no tension?
It's very uncomfortable to be here. It's hard to tell where the tension is coming from.
They've discussed your involvement in this case. They insinuated it on the direct examination. There's no tension?
Lots of media insinuates that I did something I didn't do too. I can't feel tension towards every person in the world.
That's funny. I thought you didn't look at anything.
I don't, that's why.
But you know that you know about the media, but you don't know about the media?
I know about the media because it keeps me from employment. It keeps me from lots of things in my life. I'm aware of what's there, but I don't read the minutia so I can sleep at night.
Ms. Adelson, 5 minutes ago you said you don't look at any of that stuff. Now I ask you a question. Let me finish.
Sure.
5 minutes ago you say you don't look at any of that stuff. Now I ask you a question, you say you look at stuff.
That's not actually what I said. I said I'm aware that it exists, but I don't read it. I don't listen to it.
Then how do you know that they're bashing you?
You just told me they are.
I did?
Yeah.
How about this? We'll come back to it. You can think up a better answer, okay?
I'm not thinking up an answer. I'm telling you the truth. I'm sorry if you don't want to listen to it.
Your basic understanding of criminal law, though, you know that if the defense gives you a subpoena, you get no immunity.
Correct.
Correction, improper question.
I'm not going beyond that question.
All right, that's the only question you can ask on that.
If I give you a subpoena, you don't get immunity, right?
Correct.
So there's a downside to the defense team knowing that the prosecutor has control, basically, of the questioning, and so they can only cross-examine on that. And we saw it in the Karen Reed trial, where the prosecutor didn't call Proctor, and we also saw it where the prosecutor wanted to call Aidan Carney, Turtle Boy, and he said he would plead the fifth. So the downside is that it's going to be hard to get certain evidence in. You're going to have to figure other ways around it. And I think that's what the defense for Donna Adelson is now concerned with, that, she has the right, a Sixth Amendment right to a fair trial. So if she can't get in some of the evidence that she was hoping Wendi, her daughter, could verify or at least testify to, then they'll have to figure out another way around it and use the cross-examination strategies to their advantage. And in the Catherine Meg Benoit case, that defense attorney certainly did a robust cross-examination of Wendi Adelson at that time. Now, we have to remind ourselves that Donna knows what all this is about, because they, when they were subpoenaed by the prosecutor in the Charlie Adelson case, her son, who has been convicted, they pled the fifth, so the prosecutor decided not to call them. So this will be really interesting. What's your thoughts? By leaving a comment, you may help someone else that will read your comment. And of course, I love to read all comments, as they are valued, and together we can be more informed. And this information may help you or someone you know. In the meantime, on this channel, you'll find a variety of playlists to suit every curiosity about the justice system. And we provide you with a visual to information and the process. Going through a legal worry is devastating, and the Who Knew and Why Me playlists are designed to help you or someone you know. So please like this video if you like this kind of content. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to be notified when I'm going live or upload another video. I'm Karen Cole from Legal Minded Friends. Information is power, meaning if you know something, you can make decisions that are right for you.